everyone, it's Marisa from bumblebeeapothecary.com, and today I'm going to show you how to cure bacon the traditional way with just salt and no preservatives. When I first learned how to cure bacon this traditional way, I was so excited to see how easy it actually is. I'm gonna just jump right into the process and show you how to do it. So to cure bacon, you're going to need a couple of things. You're going to need pork belly, you're going to need 2 plastic tubs, and some salt. You can use sugar with this recipe, but it's optional. And if you're like us, where a lot of us are on the GAPS diet, you want bacon without sugar, so I'm gonna be leaving the sugar out. But you can use something like an all-natural evaporated cane sugar or maple sugar, something like that. I'm just gonna be using my Celtic sea salt for this recipe. With the 2 tubs, you're going to want one as is, and then one you can see I've drilled a bunch of holes all in the bottom. So what I'm going to do is place the one with holes inside the regular tub, and then I'm going to put a layer of salt in the bottom of the tub. If you're using sugar, you would add sugar at this time as well. Pretty much whenever you add salt, you would add salt and sugar together. And speaking of that, if you're using like a regular cane sugar, then you can use as much salt as you have sugar, so like a 1-to-1 ratio. And then I've heard if you're using maple sugar, you should use a little bit less, so maybe like half a part to 1. So say, for example, 1 cup of salt and half a cup of maple sugar, or even down to a 1/4 cup of maple sugar, something like that. But I'm going to be using just salt, so I'm going to put a layer of salt in the bottom of my tub. This is a coarser sea salt that in my research I learned works the best for this type of a recipe. And then I'm going to add my bacon to the tub. Now you can have your bacon, or pork belly rather, because it's not actually cured into bacon yet, your fresh pork belly. You can have it in a big slab, or you can have it like this where it's actually already sliced into the bacon slices. What you want to look for is for the fat side, the side that has the white fat on it, and you're going to lay that side down in the salt. If you're using a big slab of pork belly, it may even still have skin on it, and that's fine. That would be that same fatty side that will go down. Once that's in there, I'm going to add another layer of salt over the bacon. And then for the next layer, you can put another layer on top. You're going to do the same thing, the fat side down, and just put it right on top. This is just fresh pork belly, like I said, it's already sliced into the bacon slices. We got this when we bought our whole pork from some people that we know who raise them all naturally. And the butcher that does the cutting will only do the, more standard curing with nitrates and things, which we would like to avoid. So that's why I'm doing this myself. Then once that second layer is on, I'm just going to sprinkle another layer of salt on. What the salt does is it's going to draw the moisture out of the meat, so it's a traditional preservation method for meat. And the next step is to put this into the refrigerator for 5 days. I don't put any lid or anything on it, I just put it in just like this, 5 days. And then once that's done, I'm going to show you the next steps. Once the 5 days in the refrigerator are complete, I'm going to take the bacon out. You're going to see in the bottom tub here, there's a bunch of liquid that has been drawn out and collected. So I'm going to take the bacon out of the tub and set it aside. I'm going to wash both tubs really well, and then I'm going to repeat those same salting steps. So another layer of salt in the bottom of the tub, first layer of pork belly, that side down, sprinkle salt on top of that, add the next layer, and then salt on top of that one. And what I am going to do also is keep track of the layers, and the layer that was on the top is now going to go on the bottom. So you're just going to reverse those 2 layers. And then this is going to go back in the refrigerator just like before for 5 days. Once that 5 days is complete, so 10 days total, I'm going to take them out of the refrigerator, and then I'm going to rinse all the salt off and then pat all of the bacon dry. Use paper towels for this. And then if you have pieces of pork belly, now is the time that you have the option to smoke it. If you have access to a smoker, this is a really nice step to be able to do with some natural wood smoke, like hickory smoke. Really enhances the flavor. I don't have access to a smoker, so I'm not going to be doing that step at this point. But if you do have access to a smoker and do that, you can smoke for at least 8 hours. 8 to 12 hours is a good range to start with, and you can go as long as 24 if you want to. I've heard that the longer you smoke, the better as far as the flavor. So if you have access to a smoker, that's really nice to do. After that, whether you decide to smoke or not, it is an optional thing. The next step after that is to slice the pork belly into bacon slices if it hasn't already been done. So mine has already been sliced. That's how I got it from the cut and wrap place. So for me, since I don't have a smoker, I'm done at this point. So rinsed off all the salt, patted it dry, and then now it's ready to cook. We like to either fry this on the stove in a cast iron skillet or bake it in the oven on a stainless steel baking tray. Either way, it comes out really delicious, and you can save a lot of money buying the whole animal like this versus looking for all natural sugar-free bacon in the health food store. And as you can see, it's super easy, very doable. All right, I hope that you enjoyed seeing how easy it is to cure your own bacon at home the traditional way, using just salt and sugar if you want to. Be sure and check out that description box for links to different supplies and ingredients that I like to use. I also have links to free ebooks and other goodies, lots of GAPS diet resources down there. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody else who you think would like it, and if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out 2 new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Ba ba da ba da ba da ba ba.